in this video, I'm going to go over a few exercises you can do with 2 Franklin balls. So this is essentially part 2 of what you can do other than the pelvic clocks, which is the previous video I just posted. So in this video, I'm going to go over a few more exercises such as the butterfly, walking in place, femur arcs, and so forth. So just really great exercises to do, focusing on disassociating your hip movement from your pelvis. So I've really talked about that before in the previous video, but it's really important that when you're moving, that each body part should know how to work independently of each other. So if you're walking, your pelvis should know how to disassociate from the hip, disassociate from the knee, and then the ankle. If the body parts are kind of moving as a unit, it means that those body regions are kind of stuck together, like the fascia is really tight or your muscles are really tight, and those muscles aren't able to fully let go or lengthen to allow your body to move kind of interdependently. So it's really important that your body knows how to work, like disassociate from different body parts. So for this exercise, you want to focus on keeping the movement all from the hip and keeping your lower back and your pelvis neutral or stable, so you don't want to see any movement happening at the ribs or the pelvis, just as best as you can. So again, you'll need 2 Franklin balls that you'll place underneath your pelvis, and then you can have a yoga block for your head and then a yoga mat for the ground. I recommend not doing these exercises in your bed, especially if it's a soft mattress, because it might affect the position of your rib cage and your pelvis. So I'll kind of walk through each of the exercises. So you're going to lay on your back again. And I'm going to place the 2 balls underneath my pelvis. So it should be kind of like at your upper mid glute area, lateral to your sacrum. So the first exercise we're going to do are just the kind of passive hip circles. So you just want to imagine kind of lubricating your hip joints. Again, just as much as you can, all the movements coming from your arms. So your legs should just be kind of relaxing, and just imagine letting your hips or your thigh bone sinking into your the socket of your pelvis. You can do this clockwise and then also counterclockwise. And all you're doing is just lubricating your hips, and it should feel pretty relaxing. And again, all the movement, you should try to keep it from your hips. Don't try to move your pelvis. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. The other one is called walking in place. So again, you're just lubricating your hips, just going back and forth, and try to make all this movement come from your hips again, so keep your pelvis nice and stable. All right, the next exercise we're gonna do a tabletop hold. So you're gonna try and keep your knees over your hips, and then your ankles about at a 90 degrees relative to your knees. You're just gonna hold that position as you breathe in to your belly, and then out through your mouth as you gently zip up and engage your abdomen. So inhale, expand. Exhale, zip up into your belly. Good, and you do that a few more times. So inhale, expand, and exhale, pull in. Good, so just doing that a few times, you're learning how to just stabilize from your core. I'm shaking a little bit because it's kind of chilly today, while keeping your legs into a tabletop position. So the next exercise I like to call butterfly. So you're just gonna open your legs and then come back together. So you inhale, open, exhale, engage your core as you bring your feet and legs together. Inhale, open, exhale, together. Inhale, open, exhale, together. Great, it's a great way just to learn how to connect to your abdominals in a very simple manner. The next exercise are called femur arcs. So you're just gonna gently extend your leg out and then come back up. So you're gonna exhale, inhale, back up, exhale, extend, inhale, come up. You can kind of flex your ankle as you extend your legs and then inhale as you come back to center. These are called femur arcs. So again, you just want to do as best as you can in keeping your pelvis and your lower back stable. You could do about 5 to 8 per side. And you really want to feel this in your core. A lot of people tend to feel it in their thighs, which is okay, but you kind of want to feel it more in your abdomen. So really making sure that you're exhaling, zipping up your core at least 50% before you extend out your leg, so that you kind of pre-engage your abdominals before your hip flexors and your thigh muscles get involved. Good. All right. So those are some exercises again that you can do with the 2 Franklin balls. Again, it's part 2 after the pelvic clocks. So if you're looking for not only mobility with the pelvic clocks, but also some strengthening, these are some really great exercises to get started with. So I hope these turn out well. I usually recommend doing about 10 to 15 reps per exercise, depending on what the exercise is, but at least a few repetitions just to get connected with your core, connected with your body, and again, just learn how to disassociate different body parts from other body regions.